behind the camera right now trying to get some of my stuff together and get set up here. I'm painting directly into the sun. I've been struggling, hi by the way, to find something to paint today. I've only got one day off from my job this week. As some of you may know, I work a real job. Not that being an artist isn't a real job, but I do have to support myself. And right now I work a real job, keeping the electric on in the Tennessee Valley. Work at a nuclear power plant. So today's my day off. I want to try to get something painted because I'm trying to keep my weekly uploads going. So you're getting to see the chaos of that happening. It's cold, it's windy, yeah. I'm complaining. Complain air. This is what I'm doing today, complain air. Not really. It's beautiful. I've driven up the mountain. I'm an end-to-end boundary up off of the Chehahala Skyway in eastern Tennessee. Putting down my limited palette here. These paint tubes are froze up. My camera settings are probably all off because I am running out of time. I'm just trying to get something accomplished today. So ultramarine blue, permanent alizarin crimson, cad yellow light, titanium white, and some burnt sienna. Mainly I use it for sketching, but it's good for making some darks with the ultramarine blue. I'm going to do just a 6x8. Just want to do a sketch, capture this mountain with the snow still on it. Just a utter madness today. I don't know what's going to happen. It's like 20 degrees the last time I checked. So I got all these trees right here. This little bit of snowy embankment here. The mountain. By the trees on the lake here. Okay. That's enough to get me started. Okay, and I'm like looking directly into the sun. So, yeah, my eye doctor just loves me. And I can't wear a hat right now because it's so daggone cold. So that was just a mixture of ultramarine blue, cad yellow light, burnt sienna, and some turpentine. Thin it all out. maybe like this kind of stuff will help me loosen up. You know, that's kind of like something we all talk about wanting to do is loosen up. So like giving yourself a limited time frame. Oh, come back here. Paper towel blew away. You know, limit the amount of time you're going to spend on it. Hold your brush towards the back. Don't get choked up on up near the ferrule. I'm just squinting, almost like totally, just completely just squinting. Next move, let's see. Let's go ahead and find that mountain. Sure is nice and peaceful though, out here right now. Like I say, I'm just shooting for an average value and color right now, and then I can adjust. I'm almost painting blind right now because the sun in my eyes, the glare off the snow. I've got sunglasses in the Jeep, but I don't really want to wear them. Let's hit this water. It's kind of a gray-green. Some really pretty blue shadows being cast off these trees. I can a little darker than that. Yeah, there we go. I'm not really going to try to paint the individual shadows, just kind of get an overall. And then when I come back with the white, or the light of the snow, I'll just cut that in. Some nice, like, kind of purpley shadows back in here, in and amongst the trees. There's like this one prominent tree right here. Sorry for the sniffles. There's cold air. Really does a number on the old sinuses. Sorry. Snow on that distant shoreline. So like this snow up here in the foreground. Try to find that color and value. It's not going to be just pure white. And I'm going to start out kind of not totally as light a value as I can get. Just build up. Using the same brush pretty much. Alright, I've made, for a small painting I sure have made a big mess on my palette. Let me clean the spot so I can get to sky. Because you really, before you start making adjustments or adding any kind of interest or detail or anything, you want to get the whole surface covered. And that's the only way you can gauge what's happening. Because you go and change, you go do one thing after you've say you've really worked intently on the spot. You go, oh, that's the way it's going to be. Awesome. Then you put another passage in, say the sky. Well, if you paint the sky too light or too dark, then everything subsequent to it is going to just be thrown out of whack. And a lot of artists call it keying the painting, the values, and that's a good way to talk about it. Obviously, I'm squinting and looking. The snow over here really looks like the lightest value, but generally, the sky is, on a day like today, the lightest value. I could add some cerulean blue to my palette, but I'm sticking with my limited palette. And so ultramarine blue and titanium white, a little bit of cadmium lemon, or cadmium yellow light. Be careful around these edges. Drag that red into there, and boom, then you mess up the chroma. which since I've got so much white in here, oh, I was like, there's no way that's smoke. There's a cloud coming over the top of the mountain up there. I'm like, there's no smoke today up there. I mean, at least you would think. Okay. And the snow on the mountainside is it's kind of got it needs some red. Not that much. I'll tell you that alizarin crimson is potent. It's cold, but this is so fun. This is fun. It's just so cool to see something happening. Another plein air painting adventure here in East Tennessee. As you can see, we've just had some snow this week, and it is bitterly cold today. This is what I did today, just a little 6x8. I just wanted to do something quick. The view of the mountain up there, sorry for the sun, is right there. But yeah, beautiful day up here on Indian Boundary Lake is where I'm at today. All right, we're back at it here. Back home now. My camera, either my camera or my microphone malfunctioned. It stopped recording somewhere along the way before I finished. I wasn't really finished, but when I saw that the camera stopped, I quit painting. So we're back here. Gonna be doing something I don't normally do, and that's just kind of tidy it up. Here in the studio, there's not really much I want to do. I mean, some of these harder edges in the background, because there's, it's in the distance, so everything will be softer. So just while I got a clean, dry brush, just fix those edges. But this is a plein air painting, and a lot of people say, well, it's a sketch. It's not a finished work, which is true. It's not like I spent a ton of time on this, probably 20 minutes, judging by the amount of time I had in the video. But it captures, to me, from when I'm actually standing there and one looking at the scene, I mean, it's got the information that tells me that's the spot. Now, I was looking directly into the sun. The sun was like right behind this tree. So I was like blind really to this. So I know there was reds in all these leaves, but it wasn't that red, that saturated and pure of red. But I don't really want to change too much about it, because it's it is the way I painted it. But I am going to darken it up a little bit because when I was squinting, there's not much differentiation between this foreground tree and these background. And I don't really want to lighten these too much, so I'm going to darken this. And to darken it, I'm just using my ultramarine blue, permanent alizarin crimson, burnt sienna, and cadmium yellow light. That's everything I've got. So put it up here and just kind of scumbling. I'll let some of that red show through because it is interesting looking. I mean, red and green makes an instant complementary color scheme. And I can fix some of these spots where the canvas is showing through. Want to cut across that line of the mountain because having, some of these tree limbs I had were at the same, like a what we call a tangent. It was running. Well, actually, it was more of like a parallel. It was just running directly in the same line. So I want to break that. I do remember the sun was catching some of these trees back here, so I want to try to get that. Now that's just a matter of trying to come up with it's too yellow. Basically what I'm doing is just, my pile of paint that I've got going down here, which unfortunately I'm not set up to show it. I just mix in it. And that's why I like this limited palette. The colors all work together. Without getting muddy. Some of this light that was catching, coming between the trees. match that color of the sky right there. So I do need to want to cut in some of these. Now when you touch, that clean color against the stuff that's already there, don't touch the brush back down. Wipe brush out and then grab again. Just didn't like the shape right there. I'm just trying to add some variety. Okay, I don't want to fuss around with it too much. Yeah, I do need to add some reflections into the water there. So the lit side of these trees will reflect cooler and darker, being it's the light. And the dark will reflect lighter and warmer. So, gotta mix something that's will work for that reflection, which that's not it. That's not it. Like I say, I just touched the brush up there just to get something to judge. I don't want to commit. There we go. Now the dark. I'm just like making these vertical strokes with a dry, clean brush, and then okay, this right here doesn't make any sense. I know it did when I was looking at it earlier, painting it, but it needs some darker passages, or darker areas. I don't want to lose some of that nice violet that's in there. Okay. Like I say, I don't want to mess it up. That spot right there. There's sunlight hitting in that. Okay. That's it. brushes down. Scratch in my little signature right here. Done.